Learning to catch bass isn't as difficult as you may believe, regardless of how much experience you have with fishing or how green your skills are. When I initially started fishing, I believed I would never get good at it and would spend all day casting from the shore and catching nothing. I finally got it after a few hundred, then a few thousand casts, when I began to gain a better understanding of how bass behave and how it affects what we have to do to catch them. That is when things really started to change for me. Largemouth bass. How do you catch one? The largemouth bass, in my opinion, is the pinnacle of freshwater fishing. Nothing on earth compares to the thrill of landing a largemouth bass. They battle fiercely, attack forcefully, and are also rather delectable. Here is all the information you need to capture a largemouth bass. How to find this fish? Let's keep this straightforward. The solution is that you should consider the coastline. Largemouth bass will, wherever feasible, keep close to the shore and will cling to any kind of structure they may locate there. Fishing methods for largemouth. The Carolina rig with a soft plastic are the most effective method. You things are more likely to entice a bass than this because you are essentially combining all of their demands into one presentation. Your bait is free-floating. It's presenting itself naturally. And if you paired it with the correct object as soft plastic, any adjacent bass should think it tastes great. Additionally, the ball and swivel's reflections will reflect light in both clear and murky water, attracting even more attention and agitating the finicky bass. Additionally, you have the lovely motion of a soft plastic worm flowing through the water. All the while the weight keeps the bottom in place and guarantees that your false bait is as accurate and realistic as possible. Whether you're fishing deep or shallow, this method will generally be effective. Now, you might want to get your crankbaits out if you're fishing really deep for large linkers. When the bass has left the shallows in the middle of the day, they are excellent in depths of 20 feet or more. Seasonal largemouth fishing. Let's examine some of the top fishing methods according to the season. Spring, depending on where you live. The start of the spring largemouth season is in March or April. When fishing now, there are a few things to keep in mind. In the shallow water presently, bass has moved from the deeper water previously. They did this since the spawning season lasts from late winter to early spring. The shallow sections are ideal for spawning because the water will warm up there more quickly. The murkiness of the water, in my opinion, is something that supports Wher's assertion. Florida's waters might not be affected as much by this, but up north, spring is notorious for its murky water, which seriously impairs vision. You have to cope with a lot of runoff caused by melted snow and ground moisture. Summer. The sun is shining, the temperature is high, and the lack of rain has caused the water to clear up. Fishing in the summer is fantastic, but you must once more be a little creative. We are aware that bass are cold-blooded, which implies that their behavior is influenced by both temperature and barometric pressure. Experienced anglers typically believe that bass bite best during intervals of prolonged low pressure and mild to moderate temperatures. According to science, the barometric pressure is lowest in the morning and rises steadily, reaching its highest point at noon.